The platform is very easy to manage. It's very easy to operate. It's very easy for anybody to use. All you need to do is just for you to remember the following. You have to remember the cities that your clients or you are trying to book for. Then next, you have to also remember the date. You also have to remember the trip type. You also have to remember the class. Those are just all you need to. So without much ado now, let me just go over to share my screen. I'll be using one of our B2B user in the person of Gifted Trip. So we are going to be using Gifted Trip for this section. Okay, now I don't know if my screen is visible. Can anyone see my screen?
Not yet. Okay. Yes, it has come up.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
it has
Now,
come up.
yes. Okay. So now, whenever you visit your platform, let's say Trip Solutions, Navs Global, name it, this is exactly what you are going to see. Now, on the part of the screen where you are is where your users or customers or anyone who actually wants to buy tickets will go to. So if you got a call or someone is chatting you up saying, I want to buy tickets, all you need to do is for you to tell them your website URL. For instance, where we are now is Gifted Trip. Now, the section where we are, where you can see my screen is Gifted Trip. So now, so it also applies to your own platform too. Be it Trip Solutions, be it Opulent Travel Deals, be it Navs Global, be it and Clearfly, name it. Whatsoever name your business name, your domain name is, that is what you get to tell your client. So if, let's take for instance, we got a client who wants to book a ticket for Lagos to London, for instance, then all the client needs is for the client to visit your website. So for this particular client, giftedtrip.com is our website. So that is what the client will be visiting. So now all you need to, or what the client need to do is, since he or she wants to book flights, he or she will come to those parts of the screen. Here you can see flying from. Now we said those clients is flying from Lagos and is going to London. So Lagos. Now before you start choosing cities,
Please bring this. If I want to listen to the training and at the same time watch the lecture.
okay, now so now flying from, it's actually asking city. Nobody flies from one country to another country. We all fly from a city in a particular country to another city. So that's how the system works. So now this client in question is actually flying from Lagos, Nigeria. So there are two ways to actually get the city. You can either type the city name where there's an international airport, or you enter the IATA code. So Lagos, if I type Lagos, you can see this is Lagos, Nigeria here. And the IATA code for Lagos is LOS. So I can just decide to use LOS. Now, this person is flying to London. There are different airports in London. So which of the airport? Let's say this person is going to Heathrow. Heathrow is LHR by the IATA code. Or I'll just type, okay, let's type London. So when I get to type London, you find out that there are different or several airports in London. So now we have in London, Canada, we have London Luton, we have Gatwick, we have LCY City, we have Heathrow, we have Stansted. So it depends. So let's say this client is going to Heathrow. I'll select this. Now the next question to ask is it a one-way flight or is it a return flight? So one-way flight means this person is actually traveling, but he or she is not coming back. Either maybe he or she has a work visa or a work permit, or she has a student permit. So he or she is not coming back. So let's assume or he or she is going to for sort of family reunification or to join family members or something. So that is when you get to use 1 week. But let's assume this client wants to return. So I'm going to pick round trip. So when is this client traveling? Let's say he's traveling on the 10th of October and he intends to return on the 20th. So now what we just did now is just the same thing you are going to do. The next thing is the cabin class. What class is this client traveling with? Is it traveling with economy? Is it the premium economy? Is it business? Is it first class? So, but let's get to say this client is traveling with economy. So I'll just get to select economy. Now, the next section where you see travelers is where you enter the number of persons who are traveling. Now, by standard, passengers who are 12 years and above are adults. Passengers who are 2 years, who are 11 years to 2 years downward, 11 years downward to 2 years are children, while passengers who are below 2 years are infants. So let's assume this person is an adult and is traveling alone. So just one. So all I need is just for me to click search. But in the case where your client wants to select currency, you got that here. So does he or she wants to pay with the Nigerian naira, the United States dollar, the Great British pound, whatever currency or she wants to, he or she will get to select. But let's assume this client wants the Nigerian naira. So you can see NGN here. Now the next is if this client actually wants to have this platform translated in his own language, it's also possible. Yeah, you have English, Turkish, Russian. So wherever the client is at liberty or you are at liberty to do that. So let's get back to enter search again. Lagos to London. Heathrow is where we are going as our destination. Now, and this client is a round trip. So he is going on the 10th and he's also coming back on the 20th. He's going on the 10th, coming back on the 20th. Just one adult, economy cabin class. All we need to do is search because we actually want to get results in the Nigerian naira. So I'll click search. So when you get to click search, all available flights for Lagos to London on the 10th of October to 20th of October will now be displayed. So let's just get to it. So here we have all the list of available flights. So the first flight you have here is Turkish Airline. Okay, boys, still loading. Let's just hold on. Okay, now, so we have all the list of available airlines displayed now. So from the search now, we have a total of 815 flights. Let me get to go up. Let me take it back. So we have 815 flights. Those are the available flights for Lagos to London, return tickets, 10th of October to return on the 20th of October for one adult. So this is what we are having. And the cabin class is economy. So now we have a variety. We have Turkish Airlines. Here are the list of airlines. We have Turkish, we have Air France, we have LM, we have Ethiopian, we have those clients is going with the Kenya airline. Now on those price range, you can actually adjust the bar, right? Now let me get to explain this now. Let's assume now you are actually looking for something so flexible. So you can actually get to adjust the price range and you get to see that the flight available airlines will be adjusting on toward. So now those flights here, we don't makes it the best, right? Prior to this time, we have actually looked at some flight routes so that you don't get by a ticket that requires transit. So you just have to look. So how do I get to see everything about this itinerary will be displayed. So from 10th of October, the Turkish airline leaves Murtala Mohammed Airport at 8:55 p.m. and arrives at Istanbul. Remember, it is a general rule that every airline not right. So sometimes KLM could decide to stop at Air France, or Air France could decide to stop at the Netherlands. But every airline goes back to its own country. First, let's get to understand this now. So it means this airline will be leaving at 8:55 p.m. Nigeria, Murtala Mohammed Airport in Nigeria, and this is the airline number TK626. It is the name of the airline number. So now, and this trip actually the duration of this trip is 12 hours, and there are 3 stops. So you just have an idea what it simply means. There are 3 stops on this flight. So let's go now to see now. So now the airline leaves Murtala Mohammed Airport on the 10th of October at 8:55 p.m. and arrives Istanbul, which is Turkey now, at 05:40 a.m. So can you see now? Leaves Lagos at this time, arrives Istanbul at 5:40 a.m. Now the flight class here is displayed economy, the trip duration. Now the time it takes the airline from Lagos to Istanbul is 6 hours 45 minutes. And the baggage allowed here is 2 pieces. Now, generally, 2 pieces means 2 times 23 kg. 2 times 23 kg. So in all, it simply means that the client will be carrying 23 kg of 2 pieces, right? So a total of 46 kg now. So that is what applies. Now, when they get to Istanbul, now they go a transit of 14 hours, 40 minutes. That's a whole long waiting time. But if your client actually wants to save money and doesn't mind waiting, then this becomes the best option for him or her. But if the client in question actually wants to do something that is more efficacious, something that is time saving for him or her, then he or she might not consider this, right? Now, from the time they flew from Lagos, they are going to arrive Istanbul in the morning, and that is 11th of October. That's why you got 11th of October here now. They left on the 10th of October, 8:05 p.m. evening in Nigeria, and they arrived Istanbul the next day, 11th of October, 5:40 a.m. Right. So that is actually what it is. So at the time they arrive at 5:40 a.m., there's a waiting time of 14 hours, 40 minutes. So it simply means that the passenger is going to wait at Istanbul airport for 14 hours, 40 minutes. Now, then the flight now leaves for London, Heathrow, London at 8:20 p.m. They'll see that on the 11th of October is leaving Istanbul now. And the plane arrives Heathrow at 10:25 p.m. Now, if you go find out that now the trip duration is 4 hours, 5 minutes. But if you watch 8:20 to 10:25 is about 2 hours. But why is it 4 hours, 5 minutes? Because of the differences in time zone. So GMT factor here, right? So now that's that for that. So now the clients will arrive on the 11th at 10:25 p.m. Heathrow time at GMT plus 0, right? So now, but when you now get now the return now on the 20th, watch it. This client arrives London via Heathrow Airport. But now when he or she is leaving London, he or she is not leaving from Heathrow. The itinerary says that he or she will be leaving from Gatwick, like London Gatwick now. So all of these things have to be well understood so that your client don't say, I want to enter through Heathrow and I actually want to leave London to Nigeria via Heathrow at the same time. But here we got Gatwick. So if all of those things are not well explained, one could run into trouble. So you can see now from Gatwick, the same Turkish airline, now still going to board the passenger down to Istanbul, and the flight class remains economy class, and the trip duration is days, 2 pieces here. So he's still entitled to 2 times 23 kg. Now, when the passenger gets to Istanbul, the passenger is waiting for 9 hours, 35 minutes. So that is the transit time. So you have to check that with the client. Now, they now leave Istanbul to Nigeria on the 21st now. So at about 2:10 p.m. at noon time, and they'll be arriving Lagos, Nigeria via Murtala Mohammed Airport at 07:10 p.m. So this is actually what this itinerary is saying. So it's worthy of note that before you actually go over to start booking, it's advisable you get to see what the itinerary is saying so that you don't actually run into trouble. Now, but let's say now our client is actually cool with this itinerary. It's time for us to book this ticket. Let's say we want to book the tickets now. We are okay with this one. The client said, yeah, I don't mind the waiting time. Just get me the ticket. Now, the cost of this ticket in Nigerian naira is 1,329,639 naira 0.36 kobo. That's 36 kobo. So that's the cost of the ticket. So let's assume those clients wants to book this ticket. But it's worthy of note that Gifted Trip has actually added their markup to this price. We all know because everybody who is here have an idea on Gifted Trip has added their own markup. I don't know what the markup is, but maybe we'll get to see when we go to the back end. So here now, when the client clicks book now, or the passenger clicks book now, or when you get to click book now, it takes you to where you will enter the client's information, right? So we are going to use random information. Let's use this person, just some sort of random information, because we are actually not going to pay for this booking, right? So let's enter random informations just to get us to where we are going to pay. Now, okay. So coming down to this platform now, they actually have three methods for payments. You can decide to pay them with Paystack. You can decide to pay later. So you just do some sort of reservation, but it elapses after 24 hours if you don't get to redeem the payment, or you pay with bank transfer. But let's say we want to pay them with bank transfer. So I'll click to accept their terms here. Then I'll click to confirm booking. Okay, now the system says I got some sections not filled. Okay, let me just use some sort of random passport number. Okay, confirm booking. Now, what the confirm booking is doing now, it's going to take me to the payments page where I'm going to see their bank accounts. Yeah, and before I actually proceed to their bank accounts, these are all the informations. This is the information about the company. So this company is Gifted Trip. Their email is info@giftedtrip.com. The phone number is this, and this is their address if you want to visit their office. Now, on this side is the information of the client, because we just use a random information. So the traveler details and all, blah, 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 and all of that. So you could still get to see the itinerary here, the layover time, or the transit, or the waiting time. So that actually keeps all information intact. And if you get to go down, you see the total price for this ticket, still the same thing. You can decide to download your invoice. And if you don't want to proceed, you can request cancellation. Okay, now, but let's say we want to pay now. All I need to do is I'll click proceed because I want to pay with bank transfer. I can still decide to choose other options. Maybe I had a change in mind. I actually want to use Paystack. Okay, but let's just say I'm using bank transfer. And if you get to see it, the reservation number, there is a code for the reservation number. So this is what Gifted Trip will actually use to identify this booking. Let's say the customer has a complaint or the passenger wants to make further inquiries, or the passenger just wants to get further information about the ticket. So all what the client needs to do is just to quote the reservation number. And mind you, all of the information at this time has gone to the client's email and has also gone to info@giftedtrip.com, which is the company's email. So if I get to click proceed, it's going to take me to the payments page where I'm going to see their bank account number. So Eureka, there's their bank account number. So bank name is Fidelity Bank. You can see the account name. You can see the account number is Gifted Trip Limited. And there is a note here that says, once payment is transferred, please contact us to confirm your payment. The above details is for NGN currency only. So it means this information provided here is for you and Nigerian Naira. For those ones pay with the Nigerian Naira, this is the bank account to pay to. Now, let's assume that we have actually made this payment, right? So I'll click back to invoice. So the system is asking me, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure I've made the payment. So I want to go contact them. I want to go tell them, hey, I've made the payment. It's time. I've actually made the payment. But once this is done now, the reason why you or she still have to contact the company is because it's bank transfer. If we have used Paystack, it would have been automatic. Nobody should be contacted. The clients will make payments either with debit or credit card, the bank transfer option, or pay with OPay because Paystack actually introduces that. So he or she gets invoice immediately, and gifted trip also will be informed via mail. But now let's assume this client wants to contact them. There are two options. The client can decide to use WhatsApp button. Can you see? We are available on WhatsApp chats now. So gifted trip, if the client gets to click chats now, it takes the client to where the client will chat them on WhatsApp, right? So telling them, I've actually made payment. So share them the receipt. So they confirm the receipt and they go about to issue the ticket. Now, so that is what happens in the front end. Easy peasy, less stressful. You don't have to do anything so special. Just enter your destination. And places you have visited, recent searches are also displayed here. So you can just click here and straight to where you will search. But before I take us to the back end, where we are going to see this booking and see how Gifted Trip is going to issue this ticket and what they need to do, let me take the time to explain this part, which is the front end. Now, from what we have here now is this part is actually where you have all the languages. It's multilingual. You can still add more languages to this list. Sure. This part is multi-currency. You can still add more currencies to this. Now, let me get to state something. A few of us who have been trying to access our admin backend, we click this place to log in. Note, you can't log in from here. And why did we make it so? So that it will be difficult for anybody to gain access to your back end. That's why the link for you to log into your backend is quite different from what users, your customers, or agents or suppliers will use. We actually kept the link to your backend sacrosanct. So nobody will have unauthorized access to your admin backend and change information or hack you. So that's more reason why we deem it necessary not to display information that will take you for you to log into your admin backend public. So those parts you are saying login, you can't use here to log in as an admin. So who is an admin? An admin is somebody who owns the website. The company is the admin. So if this company wants to log in, they don't have to log in via this link here. They don't use this menu button. They have a separate link, which I believe all of us have. It's simply your website URL/admin. Then it takes you to where you enter your admin information and login. Right. So now when you click login here, you can't log in as admin from here. Right. You can only log in as a customer, as an agent via this via this part. For admin, your website URL/admin. So that is what you need to actually log in. So let me just take us down. Agent. Some of us will say, okay, if an agent wants to sign up, you got agents here. This option actually tells you that. If someone wants to sign up as your agent, all they need is just for them to click sign up. And when they get to click sign up, it takes them to sign up as an agent. So these are the informations that are available. So you can actually get to see that easy peasy. What the agent needs to enter, the agent enter his first name, the agent enter his or her last name, the agent enters their phone number, email, and password. Now, if you get to look at accounts type here, you can see agent. And it is pre-believed that everybody wants to register as an agent should enter their business name, because they should also be business people who are trying to come take partnership with you to sell tickets on your behalf. So in that case, now they have to enter account type. So you can see account type here is agent, not customer, not supplier, right? And if you get to see business name, they're supposed to enter their business name, right? Now, incorporation country, where are they incorporated? Because you're going to have anyone sell from any part of the world, regardless your jurisdiction, regardless your domain, regardless your continent, anybody can sign up to sell for you as your agent. That's why we go incorporation country. So in which of the countries are they incorporated? So we just want everybody who is selling on your platform to be legal, to be legit, to be a registered business, so that you don't have agents who use your platform to take other people's money. So for wherever you are proving, you must have ascertained that you have collected your information and everything about them is correct. So beneath, we got business address. They're supposed to enter their business address. And they said they should include the state and city as well as the closest landmark, because it's a kind of a KYB. So you want to know their businesses as well. So they also have to upload their incorporation documents, their CAC, whatever document they got for incorporation. They also have to enter the means of identification. And what is accepted is passports only. So they can enter their passport, they can enter their driver license, they can enter their national ID, they can enter their voter's card. So when they do that, they enter their ID number. Then next, they upload their ID. So if it's passport, they're going to upload their passport data page. If it's the national identity, for Nigeria, it's national identity card. So they upload that. Then after that, they click I'm not a robot, then sign up. So that is how it works. And the same also applies for suppliers as well. So when someone wants to sign up as a supplier, who are suppliers? Suppliers are other companies who sell travels, who wants to affiliate with you, not to sell your own travel, but to sell their own travels under your own platform. Then you take commission from them. Those are the suppliers. Now, it's worthy of note that a few of us have been saying every time I click hotel, nothing is working. Apparently, nothing is sure gonna work because hotel has not been enabled. Do you see this now? So if you get to enter a city name, let me just start San Francisco. Even if it's going to display, you won't be able to see hotels. The reason is simply because we have not enabled hotel for this person. So this person, hotel has not been enabled yet. So because hotel has not been enabled yet, so there's absolutely no way will be able to sell hotel. So you can only do that when hotel has been enabled. The same applies also to tours. Some of us like, I felt like I should sell tours. Why can't people buy tours from me? Okay, search by city now. They want to enter cities where you do your tour package. Let's say you want to sell tour for, let's say, Dubai. Let's say even if it's going to be displayed, you can't sell tours now. The reason is because it has not been enabled for this platform. So the same applies to your platform too. So, and I don't want to say a bit much to that. Now we understand that for you to get that, there's just a particular number of threshold you have to get before you can actually have that enabled. So these are this now, just as a sort of an interlude now, we can actually see what the front end actually looks like, right? So let's go to the back end. First, we are going to see this current booking and how they are going to issue the booking. Let's assume the payment was made, how they're going to issue the booking, and how you can do a whole lot of settings. We are going to the back end now. So I'll stop sharing my screen because I don't want giftedtrip.com. She actually gave me the permission to use her platform. So I don't want their information to be displayed, their password and email to be displayed. So I'll stop sharing. When I did login, I will now reshare things. So I'm trying to log into the admin backend now. So once I'm able to log in, I will go ahead to share with us my screen. Yeah, I've logged in now. So let me go about sharing my screen. Okay, now here's my screen. Now, every time people book on your platform, all of those bookings first goes to your email. The client also gets an email confirming their booking, invoice payment, and all. Now, the next thing is your admin backend. This is the admin backend for Gifted Trip, right? So I'm actually at the admin backend. So now for every time people book on your platform, what do you do? Simple, locate bookings. Can you see bookings at the top of my screen here? Or if you get to scroll down, you got bookings here again. Do you see that now? So let's go and see the last booking we made, Lagos to London. Now I'll go to bookings. Now, when you come to bookings, you'll see pending bookings, confirmed bookings, unpaid bookings, refunded bookings, cancelled bookings, paid bookings, blah blah blah. So now, but for the itinerary we did today was Lagos to London. So day is it now. Today is 3rd of October. Can you see 3rd of October here? That's the customer's name, Adekunle. There's the booking reference. 709110 is the booking reference. So what do they do? What do they need to do? Now they have the booking. The clients have sent the money. Now let's pre-assume that the client actually made the transfer to their company's bank account and they have actually confirmed the payment. What do they do? Now, before they get to do anything, they are supposed to look at the invoice. Now let's click. You are going to see the invoice. This is the invoice. So everything the client did, we have all of the information here. Everything for that same client, all of the informations are here. So these are everything the client entered. Okay, we can actually check, okay, this client did the right thing before they go to issue. Now, okay, I don't get to think, I don't know, this is an invoice now, the invoice. When I clicked on invoice, I came in now. So this is everything about the book. Reservation number is 7091, number 10. And if we get to come back here, let me get to share those parts. You go find that the reservation number is 7091, ID number 10. There is the customer reference, ID number 10, right? So what do I do next? Let's look at the invoice. Yeah, I've actually clicked on invoice, so it brought me here. So all those informations are perfect. Everything intact. Okay, nice. This client did a good job. So let's go to issue. Now, before you actually issue, note the following. Ensure you have taken the payment, because if you got balance with us in your B2B app and balance, if you have a B2B balance with us, your account will be debited. And I don't know how you're going to fix that. So before you go to issue, ensure you have collected payment from the clients. Okay. Now, let's assume that this client has paid us. So what do? I'll change the payment status to paid. Yeah, he has paid us. He transferred to our company's bank account. We got the money, paid. Now, when you click on paid, even the status of the invoice will change. Now, let me show us the invoice. If you get to look at those parts now, they said your booking status is pending and payment status is bank transfer is unpaid. But now I've actually changed the status to paid. Earlier before now, the status was unpaid. But now let's assume this client has paid us and it's time for us to issue this client's ticket. All I need to do is I'll click payment status. I'll get change it to paid. So when I get to do that, let's click on invoice again and see what it says. So can you see now? This is the invoice confirmation for paid. So the client also will get a mail that he or she has paid. Your booking status is pending and payment status is bank transfer. So you can see it paid. But earlier, before we change the status to paid, when it was still unpaid, this is what we had. We have your booking status is pending and payment status is bank transfer unpaid. But when we change the status from unpaid to paid, what we got was paid. So you can see that those actually are things that, okay, this client has actually paid. And the client is sure going to get a mail telling the client that he or she has paid. Now, the next thing you need to do is booking status. You are sure that everything about this booking is super void of errors, no mistake, perfect. Change the status, the booking status to confirmed. When you change the booking status to confirmed, let's go to see the invoice. So can you see now your booking status is confirmed and payment status is bank transfer. So this is the last phase. The next step here is issuance of the ticket. So let's go back. Let me share back the stuff. Now, the next is to execute the booking. When you click the execute booking, you cannot revert the process. If Gifted Trip is having funds in their balance with us, the sum of 1,329,639 naira 36 kobo will be deducted or debited from their balance. So if I click OK, now the system also says, are you sure you want to execute this booking? This operation cannot be reverted once completed. The reason is because if you click OK and you got the balance with us, immediately the ticket is going to be debited and issued, and there's nothing anybody can do. Funds will be lost. But prior to this practical Gifted Trip at the time, we needed to lend their balance. So nothing will be debited or deducted from their balance. So I'll click OK. Now, once you click OK, the system is sending all of these informations to your B2B. It's sending all of the informations of this client to your B2B, as well as trying to check if you got funds in your balance and debit the funds. Okay, so this ticket has been executed. So now that the ticket has been executed, all Gifted Trip need do is for them to log into their website and to classify B2B and issue the ticket. Now, the reason why the ticket was not issued automatically is because, remember, we have liened their balance. So no amount was debited from gifted trip account. So in that case now, the client will not get email of their approved or their verified ticket at the time. The client will not get an email. So now what gifted trip need to do in order for them to issue the ticket is they'll go to their balance, add funds to their balance and book now. So I'll still be taking permission from them to actually log into their B2B accounts so that we can actually see how it works, so that you can see how they go about issuing and all, so that you too will have an explicit idea. So once you are done executing, all you need to do is for you to log into your B2B account. If you don't have sufficient funds, go top up. If you have funds, when you click execute, the tickets will be issued and you can't revert the process. So you have to be careful when doing that. So I'm going to share another part of my screen where I'm going to log in to Gifted Trip Trustify B2B account so that we all can actually get to see that same booking. So that when you see the booking, what to do next? What is the next thing to do? Okay, I wasn't having sufficient funds in my balance when I did click execute. So what do? You do nothing. The system is going to tell you and guide you on what to do. So I'll be sharing my screen on that shortly. Let me just log in first. So after logging into their portal on B2B up, we have a challenge. Gifted Trip actually have 2FA. So that brings or makes it impossible for us to log in. But let me get to reach out to her on WhatsApp and see if we got a chance. If she can actually give us the OTP. Let's see if we got a chance on the. Okay, but while we're waiting on that now, let's get over to see other parts of my screen. So let's go back and to the admin backend now. So this is how to execute bookings or how to handle bookings. Now, one of the major constraints so far is how do I change about us? How do I change contact? I want to change my business address. I'm no longer in their business address anymore. I got a new office space. We have moved to a new country. We're now in a new city. How do I change all of that? Everything you need to make changes to is all applicable and available to you on your back end, your admin back end. So you don't have to do anything so special. All you need to do is just go to your admin back end, go to settings. Everything changes at settings. So you go to settings, make changes to whatever you want to change. So first is the general settings. So what happens here? At the general settings, there are so many things you can change. You can change your business name, you can change domain name, but never get to change your domain name, never get to change your license key, never get to change your API app key, because if you change your license key, your system ceases to work. Because what actually makes your system work are two things: your license key and your B2B API key. We'll be going over to B2B. So at settings, you change everything. So settings changes everything. So the first we have is the general setting. And at the general setting, you can see business name. So, okay, I think we got a new CAC. I'm not interested in using that business anymore. That business name is not good for my business. I actually want something new, a new business name. So what do? You can easily get to change your business name all the way here. Easy peasy. Let us Gifted Trip said we are no longer Gifted Trip. We are now Fly Gifted Trips. All they need to do is Fly Gifted Trip. And trust me, all of those changes
Please,
take
sir.
effect.
Please, sir. I can't see your
We are
screen.
not
Please.
seeing what you are doing, sir.
Exactly. We are not seeing your screen.
Okay,
know
I'll
what
go
you
back
have
now.
been saying.
Okay, now at settings, for you to change or make effect to changes to anything you need to do on your website, anything you want to change, you can do that without even reaching out to anybody. It all begins with settings. So at settings, you change everything. So the first aspect of settings is general settings. General settings, you do all settings that are related to general issues, like changing of your business name. You got a new TAC, you got a new business name, or you actually want to change in business, and now you got a new business name. Now you actually want to change that business name. What do? Just business name here. You can change your business name right from here without reaching out to anyone or calling anybody. So that is what happens at the business name. Now, domain name, never get to change that. License key, never get to change that because that's what connects you with us. API app key, never change that. Now, the next is the copyright. For some of us, you must have seen copyright. Let me get you the copyright. Let me share my screen. Let me get to show what the copyright means. Now, this gifted trip homepage, this is a copyright. Can you see all right reserved by gifted trip? This is their copyright. So how do they add that or how do they make that happen? Is just coming down to the copyright section. So let's change all right reserved by gifted fly, no longer trip anymore, right? So if I update settings, the copyright updates automatically. Let me get to show what I just did. Copyright, what used to be here is gifted trip. This is what used to be here. But I don't want gifted trip. I want my copyright to be fly, gifted fly. So when I click update settings, it has changed everywhere in the world where people get to visit my website. That has changed for gifted trip. Now, before I get to refresh my screen, now you can see already reserved by gifted trip. Now, at the copyright section at the back end, we have actually changed that to all right reserved by gifted fly. Now it's gifted trip. So all I need is just for me to tap F5 on my keyboard, or I'll just refresh. Once I get to refresh as a user, or I get to refresh the website, so you can see the copyright section has changed from all right reserved by gifted trip to all right reserved by gifted fly. So at settings, just like I stated, you can change anything at settings. So I'm changing my fly now to trip because that's what used to be there. Now, website offline simply means you want to take your website offline. That means you don't want people to visit your website again. If you click yes, update the settings, your website will not be visible to anybody again. They won't be able to see where to book or make searches.
Hello,
So
sir. We
never
are not
get
seeing
to do
anything,
that.
sir.
Okay, sorry about that. Now, website offline, sorry. Website offline, always leave this as no. Because if you say yes and you update settings, your website won't be visible anymore. So now the next part of your screen here is the business logo. So at business logo, you can change this logo. This is their business logo for Gifted Trip. Let's assume they had a change in plans. They have a new logo now, and they want to add that new logo. All they need is just for them to come to the branding business logo and favicon, choose file. When they click choose file, it takes them to select another logo from their computer system. And note, the logo to be added must be in PNG. It must be in PNG. You can only add PNG files, images that are in PNG. If the image is in JPEG, it won't work. You can even get to the instruction, only PNG files supported, and the size of the image should not be more than 1 MB. So that is just 1 megabyte. Now, the next is the SEO. So when we get to talk about SEO, what does that mean? SEO simply means the search engine optimization. When people search for gifted trip on Google, what will they see? That is SEO. So you can still make adjustment to this and make adjust it to actually suit whatsoever you actually want to do. Let's look up on Google for gifted trip. Let's see what they got there. Okay, now let me
Kindly
get
mute
to
your mic
share my.
now. You are not talking.
It's not. So I did came to Google to look up gifted trip on Google, right? So when we search for gifted trip on Google, so you can say gifted trip. Can you see travel technology partner, right? Why is it travel technology partner? Is because here at the SEO, that was what gifted trip wrote as their meta title. So gifted trip has wrote cheap flights booking or cheap flights and hotels. What would have been visible here on Google? Okay, let me show you this part. This is the SEO for the back end admin. The meta title is gifted trip travel technology partner. So when we look them up on Google, what we also get to have here, let's look at it also now. Gifted trip travel technology partner. So you see that now. And they can actually have all of these things change. All they need to do is, but I'm not going to change that because they never gave me that authorization to. It's just for the purpose of we having a well in-depth knowledge on how the system works. So the meta keywords, what is meta keywords? Meta keywords simply means what keywords will people search on Google for you to appear is always known as a meta keyword. So you can take the time with the aid of ChatGPT, you can put in as many as possible meta keywords. So when people search for those keywords, you rank cheaply for free on the Google search engine. Now, meta description simply means what is the description you get for your meta title. Let's get to do something. Let's get to now. These are meta keywords. So put as many meta keywords that will enable you rank. When people search for those keywords, they should be able to see on Google. Use aid of ChatGPT, get something so fantastic and amazing so that you can give your brand a head push. Now, let's go back to the Google Search Console or search engine rather. So, gifted trip. If you watch now, all your informations are captured on Google. Can you see contact gifted trip? Can you see their contact or their address is also visible? Their phone number is also visible. Their info is also visible, right? All of those informations can still be changed. You can decide to change your contact. Nobody is holding you spellbound. How do I change contact? To change contact, all is a piece is still at your admin back end. This is it here. Do you see contact here? So if I get to click contact, all of the information here is what we have on Google. This is what Google captured and registered on their search optimization process. So the address is number 31 Olide Street off Ladipo Road, Motion, Lagos. Let's go back to Google. Now I'm sharing this tab. Can you see contact gifted trip? What do you see? Number 31 Olide Street off Ladipo Road, Motion, Lagos. This is their phone number. So they can decide to change this thing. Let us they move to a new business address. They can change it, erase it, put in a new address, and update settings. Same as their phone number, same as their email. They can do all of that. They can change all of that. These are all their informations on Google, their facts, sign up, login, search tools, about us. Now, this is their about us. We'll get to see how you two can change that. They said we pride ourselves on exceptional customer service and strive to build lasting relationship with our customers, blah, 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 blah. So all of those things about here are all about them. File a claim, become supplier, their Instagram page, gifted trip on Instagram. They are also listed on some pages, their blogs, name it, name it. All about gifted trips. So now all of those informations you get to see on Google, you can also change it, same as what people get to see on your website. Let's go back to general settings. Remember, general settings, you change everything. Now, I've talked about the logo, how to change your business name, how to add a new logo for your business. SEO is so important. Use Google to search and ChatGPT to get something so amazing so that you will rank. Now, language and currencies. This year, when you say multi-language, yes. If you say no, it means people cannot switch from one language to another language. If it's English, it's English. If it's Spanish, you choose it's Spanish. If it's Portuguese, it's Portuguese. But I feel you should give users the ability to leverage on several language options so that they don't get to have issues making searches and making bookings due to language or communication barrier, right? So you leave that at multi-language. Now, the fourth language, English. So it means the first language anybody will say is English. So they are not at liberty to change either from English to German to Russian, as the case may be. Now, the next is multi-currency. Multi-currency simply means people should have the ability to have several currencies, to pick from one currency to another currency. But if you get to click no, like this, nobody will be able to pick. There will not be more, there will only be one currency. Let's go to see this change now. Now, before I refresh the screen, let me share this tab. Before I get to refresh, can you see there are multiple currencies now? But don't forget, at the admin back end, we have actually said currency, multi-currency. No, we don't want multi-currency. We only want one currency. So, but now I've not refreshed my screen. We have multiple currencies. But let me get to refresh. So after refreshing my screen, there can only be one currency. Can you see now? The currency bar option is lost. You can't see multi-currency anymore. The reason is because we disabled that. And if we get to make our searches can only be in one currency. But let's go back and say yes, so that users can actually get to buy from one currency, switch between currencies, and buy in whatever currencies of their choice. So when I'm done changing that, I'll get to click update settings. So this is just what I did now. I came back to multi-currency, and when I did, I changed it to yes. It was no, so I changed it to yes and updated. So that is how it works. So at general settings, you change everything that is peculiar to general issues. Now, account guest booking, no. Now, what this guest booking means is, should people sign up as customers before they book or not? Most persons don't have the luxury of time to start signing up and confirming emails. So everybody just wants to go to your website, book, pay, and leave. So always leave that as no. User registration, yes. Users should be able to register on your platform. Do you want suppliers to register? Yes, enabled. If you say disabled, suppliers won't be able to register. Now, agents, do you want agents to register? If you say disabled, agents won't be able to register. But if you leave it enabled, yes. User registration approval, should people be approved before their accounts become active when they register either as a customer or as an agent or as a supplier? Always leave this as not required, unless if you actually want to be stringent with your KYB. So that is that for that. So when you're done your update settings, I think now the very next thing to also remember here is this. The Google Map API key is actually when you want to run ads, your tracking analytics. Let's say you are running Google ads or search engine ads. Here's where you place your code goes in. So here's where you place your Google tracking code. Booking expiry. Now what this means is, how many days should a reservation stay if the client doesn't get to pay before it expires? Always leave it at 24 hours. Always leave it as 1 day, because the prices of fares are not constant. So if you get to leave it at 10, 12 days, it simply means if Lagos to London is 1.3 million today, in 12 days time, it should still be 1.3 million. And that might be very, very terrible for the state of your business, because fare prices are not static. It could change. So leave it as 1. Now you can also decide to give coupon code. Maybe you want to give Ember code, maybe use so and so to get some discounts, blah, blah, blah. You can actually do that with this coupon code. So you can decide to make the coupon type to be numbers on the alphabet and numbers. But I think for Gifted Trip, they actually left it at alphabet only. System update check. Once your system check if there's new update every 3 days. That's cool. Now let's go back. Watermark. What does watermark means? Watermark means the image people get to see whenever they want to book, but that doesn't actually count. Email settings. Here's where you set your email. So a few people say, I don't know, if people buy ticket from me, I don't get to receive email. It begins here. So this is a setting for Gifted Trip. And how to do that is, okay, that I can actually show us how to go about that. Now, contact, remember, at contact is where you change your phone number, you change your email, you change your business address. So that is that for the general settings. The next is currencies. A few times I'll keep saying, have you updated your currency? And some people say, no, I have not updated. All the currencies that are on this platform, here they are. and the rate at which they are selling. Here they are. Here they are. They'll see this now. So a few times I say, have you updated your currencies? It's always advisable you update your currencies. Because if you don't update your currency, there's apparently no how you will get the exact rate. For instance, now if you can see my screen, $1 to Nigerian naira as at those people as at gifted trust platform is 1,648. But let's go check Google to see what the currency is as at the time of our search. One USD to naira. I'll share my screen. So can you see now? 1,651.56. So they are supposed to have updated their currency, but they never got to do that. So that will actually impound on the ticket, because at the time of issuance, the difference here is it's more than 10 naira. It's more than 10 Nigerian naira. So that is going to tell on their ticket price as well. So how do I change this currency? I want my currency to be updated. All you need to do is locate the currency you want to update. I think for a bit time, Nigerian naira has been one of the most unstable currency because it's been floated by the I&E window. So you get to see a new rate, even sometimes per hour, even per second. The Nigerian currency can actually change. So how do I do that? For you to change, update your currency, when you come to log into your admin back end, go to settings, then click on currencies. Let me share this tab. For me to go to currencies to change or to add currency, I'll go to settings. I'll click on currencies. So when you get to click on currencies now, you see all of the currencies. Let's say we want to update Nigerian naira to 1 USD as at what is displayed on Google search engine now. All I need to do is I'm going to click on this pencil icon. So when I click, can you see now? The name is NGN. The symbol, this is the symbol for the Nigerian naira. There's a code. As of today, Google is giving Nigerian 1 USD to naira is 1,652 approximately. So let me just get to it like that. 1,652. Active, yes. Yeah, it's active. What do? Just save and return. That's all. So now the currency has changed, has been updated to the current exchange for Nigerian naira to the United States dollar. So it's effective. Okay, now I want to add other currencies. I'm not so
Can you
cool with those
repeat that
ones.
process? I didn't get that, please. I'm sorry, I didn't get
Okay,
how
now
you did
for
the
you to update currencies, all you need to do is click on currencies. First, log into your admin backend as always. Go to settings. Remember, at settings, you change everything. Then go to currencies. Time to work on currencies. So I'll click currencies. So when I click on currencies, now let's say I want to update the Nigerian naira to the exact rate at what is being displayed or what is being exchanged as at what Google is saying. Now, this is the Nigerian naira here. So all I need is to click on this pencil button. This pencil looks like a pencil. So I'll click edit. So it means I'm going to edit. So I'll just click edit. So when I click, you can see the name is NGN. There's the Nigerian currency symbol. The code is NGN. The rate for Google, 1 USD to Naira as displayed on Google is approximately 1652. So I'm just going to put 1652. Now I'll click save and return. Now, if I get to do this now, my rate has been updated for that day. So it's something you just have to do every day. Although we actually brought a system where you can just add your currency API key here. And when you do, you click refresh, the currencies are supposed to be updated. But we came to realization that for some partners, they still get to add their own exchange markup. So if dollar is selling for 1,652, as seen on the Google display rate, remember at the BDC market or the Bureau change market or black market, as it's been popularly called, you will not get dollar for 1,652. We are the only ones who allow you to sell at the stated rate. The reason to the fact why we don't use BDC is because we want you to have your prices all-time low. So we still have some clients or some partners rather who we see add markup. So if it's 1,652, they'll just peg it for 1.7. So they make money on markup, they still get to make money on currency exchange. Now, let's say we want to add more currencies. I feel I should have CDs to this. So what do? I'm just going to, okay, let's say we're adding the Canadian dollar. The name is CAD, CAD. The symbol for the Canadian dollar is this. The code is still CAD. Now let's check what is 1 USD to 1 Canadian dollar. So we are going to add that CAD. So let's check. It's 1.35. And so let's just leave it at 2. Let's say we are leaving it at 2. Okay, let me share my tab. 1 USD to CAD is 1.35 Canadian dollar. And at this time, now let's say I want to add that now to my platform. I'm adding the Canadian dollar. So let me just leave it at 2. Then all I need to do is save and return. And the moment you get to do this, Canadian dollars becomes visible on your platform automatically. Okay, let's get to go to the front end where we are going to check to see if the Canadian dollar is there. So I'll click on NGN on the currencies now. Now, beneath, you can see card. It's been added. Okay, let's search. Let's see if it's going to display prices in the Canadian dollars. Let's maintain this current search. Lagos to London for 10th of October, returning 20th of October for cabin class economy, 1 traveler round trip. Eureka. Can you see now? The value, the prices are now in Canadian dollars. 1,706.57 card for that same ticket. That is how the system works. So you got a whole lot of currencies. You want to add the South African rand, you want to add the Ghana cedis, you want to add the Benin sefa, you want to add anything, Libya dinar, name it, Kuwait dinar, you want to add the Qatar riyal, name it, Indian rupee, Pakistan rupee, whatever you want to add, you got the power. You just go to settings, first log into your admin back end, go to settings, locate currencies. All you need to do, anything concerning sets and currencies settings, go to your admin backend, click on settings, then go to currencies. That's all you need to do. Easy peasy. Now let's move to payment gateway. Oh, I don't know, my bank account is not enabled. People can't pay me. I can't find bank account. What is happening? Please kindly help me add bank account. You can do all of that all by yourself. You don't need us to add your bank account. You can actually add your own bank account so that you can take payments. And when you have your own pay stack, you can add your pay stack key. When you have your Stripe, when you have your pay and your PayPal, you have your Razorpay, your Set MPOS, you have your Padu. You can add all of that all by yourself without even reaching out to anyone. So for me to add bank account, remember at settings, you change everything. So it's time to change our bank account or to add our bank account. I'll just go to settings. That's time to payment gateways. When you click on payment gateways, bank transfer is here. What do I do? Click on the pencil icon. The pencil icon here simply means edit. Click on it. Eureka, you have your bank account. Can you see? C1 Fidelity Bank PLC. Now, let me get say something. Now, you got 2 bank accounts. You got a United States dollar. For some businesses who have domiciliary accounts, and you also have a Nigerian account. So you want people to pay. If those want to pay in United States dollars, you pay into your US bank account. Those ones to pay in pounds, you pay in your US bank account. Those ones to pay in naira, you pay in naira. What do? You're at liberty to add all of your bank, both domiciliary and naira. So for this Fidelity Bank PLC, note, the first account you add before the 2/ is the foreign bank account, your domiciliary account. The domiciliary account comes first. Next is your naira account. The business address. If you want the business,
adjust the screen a bit. I want
okay.
move the screen upward so that okay. All right. Thank you. Just wanted to
Is it
see
better
where
now?
exactly. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, now great. Now, so Fidelity Bank, I did say the first is your domiciliary account. Domiciliary is the first account. Now, to enter your naira bank name, you enter 2/ like this. Now, the same applies for every time you want to repeat something for both domestic and for the dome. All you need to do is just to put 2/. Now, after that, C2 is your bank address. How do I get my bank address? It's not rocket science. Just type Fidelity Bank headquarter. I'll search that on Google. Let me share this stuff. So this is what Google said is Fidelity Bank headquarter, 2 Kofa Biomi Street, Lagos. So I'll just copy this. I don't have to do anything so special. I'll go back to my admin back end, 2 Kofa Biomi Street, Lagos. So that's the same thing I'm going to add here. C3 is your account number. Account number, yeah. Your account number. So the first account number you're entering is your DOM account, the domiciliary USD or pounds euro account. After the second forward slash, the next is your Naira account. Now the next is the SWIFT code. How do I find the SWIFT code for Fidelity Bank? You don't have to do anything so special.
Your screen is not showing.
Okay, let me get back now. Now, when you get the bank address, C2 is bank address. Enter the bank address of your bank. C3 is your account number, your company's account number. I just said the first is the domiciliary account. The second, after the 2 forward slash, is your Nigerian bank account. So put that. Now, the fourth is a SWIFT code. Why do you have to add SWIFT code? Because a few persons want to transfer funds to your company's account who are outside Nigeria will be asked to enter the SWIFT code. And how do you get the SWIFT code? Not rocket science. Go back to Google, just type your bank name, Fidelity Bank, SWIFT code. Let's search that. This is what Google brought. Copy. Go back to your admin backend. Just copy what Google says. Google must be right. I just want to believe that. Now, share this tab instead. I will enter that. Why just copy it from Google? I'll just enter that. Now, I'll put 2 forward slash, paste that. So that it will appear for both domiciliary and for Naira. The last is your account name. Account name. So the account name is Gifted Trip Limited, both for domiciliary and for the Nigerian account. So for you to change anything related to currencies, and sorry, to payments, just go to settings. Now go to payment gateways. That's all you need to do. Click on payment gateways, locate bank transfer. This is bank transfer option. So click on the pencil icon and edit. If you got a Paystack, okay, I've signed up for Paystack. I have my Paystack public key. All you need to do is settings, payment gateway, locate Paystack. When you find Paystack, just copy your public key and paste it here. That's all. When you paste it here, people will be able to pay you with Paystack. Otherwise, if you don't do that, okay, let's go to a demo now. Let's go to the front end. Let me change the currency to Nigerian Naira. So that, okay, let's try to pay with Paystack and see. Let's repeat the same search because they have Paystack enabled. So anybody can pay them with cards via bank transfer, and it's automatic. Once the payment is captured by Paystack, their balance will be updated. The clients will be debited, get an email and invoice for that. So let's go to book now. We'll see how to enter random information as always, just to give us a preamble of what the system looks like. Okay, great. Now let's enter random informations as always. So I'll just get to enter random informations. Now, when I enter those information, then I will actually get to have something just to show that if you have Paystack, people can pay you easily with your bank cards without even raising or lifting a finger. So you don't have to start going back to start doing manual issuance, executing. If they get to pay you with Paystack and you have sufficient funds in your balance, guess what? The ticket will be issued automatically. The client does not have to send you anything because it's automated. It believes that you have received payment. So I'll go over now to select to pay with Paystack. Now, after doing that, now I'll go to confirm booking. Now, the booking page is going to be displayed, it's loading. Now, once it's displayed, then we proceed to booking.
Yeah. I saw this thing now because I was trying to do it in real time and I was just timed out. Why does that happen?
Okay, let me get check again now. It's a 504 gateway timeout.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
it's saying here too.
Yeah. Okay, I feel maybe it's a kind of a network issue or something. But Paystack is up here now. Let's click proceed and go to use Paystack. So can you see now we are going to
Back up.
pay now. Because they have Paystack, the Paystack payments page will be displayed. And when it's displayed, I'll be asked to enter either my card.
Can't hear you again. I can't hear you, sir. Is it only from my end?
Same here too. I can't see him again.
Okay, now can you guys hear me now?
Hello? Okay.
Yeah, great.
Okay, we
Now.
can hear you.
Yes, you are back now.
Okay, great. Okay, let me go back to sharing my screen. I think I was disconnected at the point. Okay, let's proceed to pay with Paystack. So pay now. So the system is trying to connect to Paystack so that the payment for this ticket can actually be collected. Okay, so this is a Paystack screen. So I can decide to pay with my card. So I'll just enter my credit card information, but I'm not going to do that. I can decide to use transfer option. Okay, unable to process transaction via transfer. Okay, I can decide to use bank. I'll select my Nigerian bank. Let's select bank. So the available bank, the Access, Echo, Citibank, Fidelity, First Bank, Global. So OPay is even there. So you can actually get to use USSD. I think USSD is only available for GT Bank. You can decide to use Pay Scan, but it's not available. You can decide to even use OPay. So it's trying to say to log into your OPay. I learned that it's one of the most popular digital payments gateway in Africa, in Nigeria. So these people can actually take payments with Paystack. You too can. All you need is go sign up for Paystack. I don't know if Resolute Fly is around. I don't know if she's part of this section. She has Paystack too. She did it all by herself with just little guidance. I just told her what to do, and in less than 20 minutes, she got back, said, I got my Paystack ready. And that was mind blowing. So go get Paystack so that people can pay you with card, because not everybody will be so convenient or comfortable paying you via bank transfer. But people will, okay, bank transfer, they might be skeptical that, oh, I'm not doing that. The ones who use Paystack so that if they got issues, they can actually get to be assisted by Paystack. So back to the payment gateway. So you can do all of these things, including Stripe, including PayPal, including Razorpay, including Pado, including wallet balance. Wallet balance is a situation whereby your clients or agents or customers can actually fund their balance and use that to pay. So you can do all of these things. Now, the next thing is the WhatsApp number that is not my WhatsApp number. I want that number changed. You don't have to reach out to us. You can do that all by yourself. The Facebook there is not our Facebook page. I don't know whose Facebook is that. You can do that all by yourself. How do I do that? All you need to do is go to settings. Remember, at settings you change everything. Go to settings, social connections. Here's where you have your Facebook, your Twitter. You can even add TikTok. You can add more. You can add as many as you want. What we made available at the time now is just Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp, and Instagram. So I won't change those notifications in Trustify. I want our own company. You don't have to even reach out to us. All you need to do is go to social connections, first settings, then social connections. When I click social connections, this is what you have. Now, Facebook, what do you need to do? Just click on the pencil icon, click. Copy your Facebook page URL. Once you copy the unified resource locator for your Facebook page, just copy it, paste it here. Easy peasy. Once you are done, save and return. Twitter, go copy your x.com URL for your page. Easy peasy. Click this pencil. This person doesn't have Twitter. Let me remove Trustpilot here. Put your own Twitter account. Easy peasy. Save and return. Yeah, YouTube. We have a YouTube page. Same. WhatsApp, Instagram. This for WhatsApp. Click on the button. Put your own WhatsApp phone number. You can see where they have WhatsApp phone number here. Let me get to zoom out screen so that we get it more bigger. So, can you see now? WhatsApp phone number. You don't have to do anything. All you need, just follow the format that is here. 234. Nigeria is 234. Accra is 233. Depending on whatever nationality you are, just put your nationality phone code without the plus, enter your phone number. For this gifted, this is your phone number. Then the last thing you need to do at the last end, enter your business name. Yeah, it's gifted trip. So just change it to Trip Solution Services. Change it to Opulent Travel Deals. Change it to Clear Flight. Change it to Navs Global. Change it to your business. Change it. It's doable. Once you're done, all you need to do is for you to save and return. You just save, then you return. That's all. Easy peasy. That's that. Now, some said, oh, I don't know. The whatever. Okay, the next point of action is the modules. How do I add my markup? How do I get to add my markup? I don't get it. That markup, easy peasy. Remember, at settings, you change everything. So all you need to do is, it's time to add markup. There's nothing so special about it. Log into your admin backend, go to modules. Locate modules. Can you see modules here? You can equally see modules here. What you want to change is your flight markup, the markup for flights. You either click these modules here or just click flights. Classify B2B, because that's where you have your API key from. For some of us said, okay, I created a new API key. All of us who must have heard me once upon a time say, send me your API key or go generate token. You must have heard me say that. So that's you are generating from Classify B2B under developer section. Here is where you use them, right? So you click Classify B2B or just go to modules, click on modules. When you click on modules, what you have here, can you see Classify B2B? Just click on settings. Now, before you look at markup, this is your API key. That's which you always generate at transferb2b.com. When you log in under developers is this. If we remove this, there will be no more search results, because the reason why you are seeing searches when you search 1 billion times is because of this API key. The moment you disconnect the API key, no more search. Let's get to do a prem. Okay, we'll do that. Here's your markup. You can see where you add your markup. Modules, just click on modules, select transfer B2B. B2C markup simply means you and customer. How much do you make from your customer every time they buy ticket from you? For gifted trip, sorry, I have to put their trade secret out there, is 5%. B2B means when agents buy tickets from you, when people sign up as agents, other organizations sign up as your agents, they buy ticket through their own platform under you. How much do you make from them? They still make 5%. B2A are other hotels, other agents, other airlines who want to take partnership with you. How do you do that? That's what you add. Deposit on booking, always leave this as 100%. If you leave it as 50%, the clients will pay half of the fee. So if the ticket is 1 million Nigerian naira, it means the client should pay 500. I don't know if you're doing a kind of a promo, but always leave at 100%. Now, the next is your API, tax VAT on booking. Do you want to take tax when people buy from you? If you want to, you can add it, but it's always advised to leave no taxes. Booking service fee. Do you want to take maybe 1% for booking their ticket for them? If you want to, it's free. You can do that. But I always advise you leave it at 0. When you are done, mind you, don't forget this is your API key, the one you got from Transfer B2B, right? So when you are done with this, all you need to do is submit. And let me say something. If never get to turn off this off, the moment you turn this off, you won't be able to see search results anymore. Let's do a demo. Let's turn this off. But before we turn it off, let's first, let me share my screen first. Let's search first so that it will be more explicitly understood. Now, I've not turned Transfer B2B off, neither have I changed my API key. Let's search. When I click search, I'll be able to see search results. The reason why you can see search results is because Transfer B2B is not turned off. If you go to turn it off or change your API key, you will never be able to search. Now you can say we could search. We did it, it brought search results. Okay, let's go turn it off and repeat the search. Now I'm turning this off. When you turn off Transfer B2B, you can't book anymore. Let's go back home. Sorry, I did turn it off without you guys saying it. My apologies. It was formally turned on. So now I'm turning it off. And I did say if you get to turn it off, you'll not be able to search anymore. Let's turn it off. Earlier we did search, we got results. Let's search now. Can you see? It's not working anymore. Okay, oh, I didn't get to share my screen. So let me show you this part of my screen. Now we have turned it off. Let's book Lagos to London 10th of October to return 20th of October on economy cabin class, 1 adult round trip. Nigerian Naira's currency in English, search. Can you see now? It's not working anymore. Searches are no longer being displayed. So the same also applies. So you should not get to turn it off, always get to leave it on. Let's go back to turn it on now. So leave it on. So when I get to leave it on, let's go back to search and see. Now it's on now. Let's just go back and search. So I'll click. Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Now,
Yes,
so,
we can hear you.
okay, now, awesome, great. So now you can see when it is not turned, when it's turned on, we get back to searches. Now, the last thing before we go to ask our questions, Now, some of us said, I want to change about us. Why am I seeing Trafsify there? You can do all of those things all by yourself. Two things I would like to share with us now is the CMS and blog. CMS and blog. So that is what I'll go over to share with us. Then after that now, we'll now get to ask questions. But we might not take so many questions. We might just take a few. So now you want to change your about us, you want to change terms and conditions, you want to change privacy policies. Let me show us. You want to change everything you are saying here. Let's go back to home. Let me go back to home. You find out that there are several pages. There are several pages. Now you want to change about us, terms of use, cookies policy, private. Okay, let me share this tab. We want to change about us, terms of
Yes, sir, we
use,
are not seeing
cookies
it.
policies, privacy policy. Can you see my screen now?
No, sir.
Am I visible?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me stop sharing and share again. Am I visible now? I don't know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it
Yes.
now. I can see it
Yes,
on my end.
yes.
Okay, great. Now, so you want to change about us. Now, if you click about us, okay, let's do a demo. When I click about us, what you are seeing, those people still have Trafsify here. That's very bad. So they are supposed to have changed it because customers don't want the entirety of the idea. Let me get to put it all out. The Trafsify white label is supposed to be a white label. A white label is a solution that you brand in your own information. So people are not supposed to see us in anything. As a matter of fact, nobody should know Trafsify. Only you should know Trafsify. You keep it to yourself. They say, now that you are issuing tickets, what are you using? Just tell them I'm using myself. Because by the time certain people using Trafsify, there will be more competitors, there will be more persons joining, and there will be more persons taking the market space with you. We do have a client somewhere in Gabon. Yeah, in Gabon. I think we only have one client in Gabon. Yeah, the reason is because the client bought the autonomy for the country. He said, now I'm going to pay, never ever get said to a Gabonian anymore, never ever get said to anyone in Gabon. And we did took that agreement. So only one person sells in Gabon, just that person. And the ticket is very expensive at that 5%. Okay, it's fine. So this about us. You are supposed to be saying gifted trip all about your business. Nobody should see Trafsify. How do I change this? Easy peasy. Go to mode and log in to your admin backend like this. CMS. CMS is content management system. So here you change every write-up. Awesome. Remember, at settings, you change everything. But CMS, you change every letters, you change every words. You want to edit anything that's seen on the pages. CMS is everything. So when I click CMS, I'll go to pages. I think I'll repeat the process. At CMS, you change everything letters, content. So you want to change a particular content about us, privacy policy, terms of use. Click on CMS, go to pages, click on pages. Now, this is what you have. All you need is for you to locate about us. And if you can see here, we have about us. What do I do next? Just click on this pencil button, edit. That's all. Wait a moment for it to pop up and load. So this is Trafsify. So just Control A, sorry, Control A now, copy everything that has Trafsify, delete. Enter your own information. So let me just help them to put gifted trip. I don't know about them. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it that way. Gifted trip. Do you see this now? So I'm going to save this. When you are done entering about those gifted trip, you see got two options. If you want to put keywords, remember when we search for gifted trip on Google, you could see about us gifted trip and all. You can still do that here by adding keywords that when people search for about, they'll get to see you. Update. Now, if I get to update this setting, let's go back to the website. Now, let's go to the front end. This is about us, right? If I get to refresh, all of those things you are seeing is all gone. The only thing you can see there is gifted trip because that was the only thing I wrote. So you too can change your about us. You can go to log into your admin backend, go to CMS, click on pages, locate about us, click on the toggle or the pencil button, change everything there to your own idea. The entirety of the concept was to be you in the picture without anybody seeing us. So what more do you want to change? Any page you want to change, your privacy policy, you want to change, add your business, last minute deals, file a claim, whatever. I don't know, change. So that we first search. If you feel this process is tedious, change it. Do it whatsoever that suits your own idea. The power is in your hand. You have 100% autonomy over the system. You decide what should be visible, what people should see on your platform. Now, the last is the blog. Most times we don't use this option. And as a traveling site, as an OTA, people are supposed to be getting content from your site. That will also help you to rank on Google. These blogs, because sometimes people will visit your website to go read blog. And here you have blog. Let's go back to the front end. So there's the front end of this one. When I click blog,
Hello.
Can't hear you again, sir.
okay, yeah, I'm back now. So on that, blog should not be having this. We shouldn't be seeing all of this on your blog. You do study abroad, give people tips on study abroad, best countries to study, 10 scholarships, offers, 10 sponsorship, amazing content. So that when people come to your blog, wow, Eureka, they'll have awesome things to learn. You are doing UK visa. What are the 10 tips to prevent deniers? You can just use ChatGPT and write all of these things with ease. Download images and upload them. And Google will also pick your blogs and you'll be ranking on Google for free. So how do I change all of these blocks you are saying? Yeah, it's in peace train a long time coming. We just use random informations, and I wasn't expecting them to still keep those informations. And I won't be surprised if you have this also on your own website. What's fiercely independent cultures? We just use random information just to fill in space. So go change it. Go change it. Go and change it. So how do you change it? Log into your admin backend, go to blog, then click on posts. Here's where you create categories like VN, study abroad,
Please,
work
we can't
abroad.
see your
We
screen.
can't see what you are doing.
Okay, it's fine. Let me get to stop sharing and resharing. I'll be sharing back my screen. Okay, great now. So my screen should be visible, I believe. Now I said for you to change this blog, all you need to do is go to log into your admin backend, locate blog. This is a blog. Now click on blog. You're going to see post and blog categories. Posts are what you want to post. Blog categories are the different categories of what you'll be writing on. Let's say you're writing on study abroad, you're writing on work abroad, you're writing on spousal visas, family reunification, whatever you are writing on to enhance your business or that talks about what you do, you can actually just get to put that up here on the blog category. So the post is where you post. So when you click on post, you are going to see the posts that are there. So I believe they should delete all of these posts because these things are I want to write a new post so that user
Yeah, the voice is fading in and out. We are not making sense of what you're saying.
We can't hear you again, no.
Okay, now let me get share my screen again. Now I did said now how to add blog, how to add a post, right? Let's just add a post on. Okay, let's add a post on types of American visas, right? So let's get to add that. Let me just make a post. Let's get to add a post on the types of American visa so that you can have an idea of how it works. So first, you need a blog title. What's the title? So now I need to write about types of American visa. I'm also supposed to add image and pictures and all. So I will get to just generate some. I'm going to generate some blog content on types of American visa, paste. Then I'm going to add an image. So that we will actually so we want to create content for types of American visas, and I'm going to just copy them, paste. Then after that, now I'll add an image or a picture just to spice up my blog post. And when I post, it becomes
Hello.
so I'm still trying to generate the content. You can even do all of this with Chat GPT, right? But when you do, just try to edit a little so that it will be void of plagiarism. Okay, let's say I have this. I just posted some random information. So I'm going to select category. Travel and food. I want it to be visible, so I'll click enable.
We can't see your screen.
Your voice is just
Okay, I'm going to reshare my screen. Okay, now I said first, in trying to add a post, all you need is go to blog, then post, then click on add post. So here's where we are. So what post title? What's my post title? Types of American visa is what I'm actually writing on. There's a permalink. So I just copied some content and pasted it. Types of American visa, a guide for travelers. So that's the body of my post, enabled means it's going to be visible. Yeah, we have travels and food adventure. You can see add more categories under blog categories. Now, image, I decided to use just this image because that's what I could find on my computer at the time. Now, I can add keywords that I want this blog post to rank, and I can just write some descriptions. Okay, then when I'm done, I'll click submit. So when I get to click submit, automatically this blog post is now added and it becomes visible on the front end. So when users visit my website and they get to go to blog, they will be able to see the posts. So that is the one part of the parts that should actually be noted. I think I have to make an adjustment on this. That should actually be noted. So you too can write blog posts. You can add blog posts. You can change anything you don't like. You got something you don't like, you don't have to reach out to us. You can do that all by yourself without even reaching out to us. So that is just a bit of what applies or what exists. So you too can, with this now, for every time you run into trouble, you don't have to worry much. Just go over this video. You'll get a perfect guide on how to get it done. So with this, let's see if we got questions. There are persons who actually have questions. You want to ask a question. Maybe there are still some parts you still don't get to understand. You can actually get to ask. So if you can see what I posted earlier is visible on the front end. So this is the front end. There's the blog, gifted trips blog. So if I click types of American visa, now I just use a random image. So types of American visa, blah blah blah, a guide for travelers and all. So I don't know at this point if we got questions so that I can actually give answers to them. So if you got a question, maybe you can actually put up your hand so that I will actually ask you to ask your question.
Yes, okay, to pick up our hands. All right.
Okay, Navs. Okay, Navs got a question. Mrs. Fumi got a question. So we only have 2 questions for tonight. Okay, it's fine. So Navs Global, can you just proceed with your question, please?
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you for the class. Sorry, at that travelers part, I think when we choose is either adult or infant or anyone, I think it's supposed to change to what we choose, like to our choice. And secondly, how are we going to pay our agents?
Okay.
If they sign in our page and
Yeah, Navs Global,
when we are
you
booking,
still there?
Yes, please. When we are booking, like international booking, and our passenger have transit visa, like they have to lay over for like hours or something, who is going to provide accommodation for our passenger? Is it the airline, or we are going to find them accommodation when we are booking the flights?
Okay, yeah, thanks so much. Let me just get to answer your question in a hurry. Now, first, let's go to the front page. We are using gifted trip, right? Now, when you want to choose the travelers, right? if you got, let's say you are making a book. Okay, this current booking we have been doing so far. Let's assume
your screen is not showing, sir.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Now, on the side of the travelers, you can add as many travelers that are going on that trip. And that should not call for any form of discomfort. So travelers, we have one adult. So let's assume a man and his wife, two adults, they are traveling with their only child. His name is Tunde. That's his name. So can you see how many travelers we have now? Two adults, one child. So I'll click search. Something is going to display. Now the fare that will be displayed now is going to be for two adults and one child. And at the point where I'm going to enter information or client information or the passenger's information, certainly the park to enter for the first adult, the second adult, and the child. Do you get that now? Okay, we go over now, book now. So that is actually how it works. You can, as many people who are going on board, you're supposed to have their information. So can you see now, adult traveler 1, if you can see my screen. Now, adult traveler 2, his wife, and their only son, Tunde, who is a child here, who is actually traveling with his parents. And the fare now is now 3 million. Earlier before now, all of those bookings used to be 1.3, 1.4, but now you can see, because there are two adults and one child, the fare is now 3.9 million. So that answers the question. You are free to enter the number of travelers. Just note that that same site, it was just one adult, it was 1 million, 1.4, I believe.
Sorry, sir, I'm struggling to hear you. Sorry, I can't hear you well, please.
Okay, now. Yeah, now Global. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you now.
Okay, great. Now, so you're at liberty to add as many travelers you want to add to the trip. If you do, you're sure gonna get fare for them. Now, the next question: how do I pay my agent? For you to pay your agent?
Sorry, we start.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
On again.
The network is so bad here. I can't even hear.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me now.
The network is so bad here.
Apologies to that. And I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great now. Okay, now, so I said, if you actually want to, okay, how do you pay your agents? This is how you pay your agents. Log into your admin backend, click on modules, you'll see transfer B2B. Let's go to markup settings. Now, this is how your agents are being paid. Now, if the customer is 5%, how many percent do you want to give your agent? Let's say you want your agent to make 2% on every booking. Now change it to 3. So it simply means that when your agents book on their own dashboard, 3% of the booking comes to you, 2% goes to them. How those 2% goes to them? They are going to get the ticket 2% cheaper or lesser than customer. Do you get that now? If a customer goes to check, a customer is saying 5% markup plus the fare. But when the agent sign up and you are giving your agents 2%. It simply means the agent will get the ticket 2% lesser than the customer. So the customer is going to pay the agent the full money. Now the ticket is 1.5, 5% markup. But when the agent logs in, let's say the agent sees 1.3 million Nigerian naira. So the customer pays the agent 1.5 million Nigerian naira. The agent keeps 200,000 Nigerian naira to himself and sends 1.3 million Nigerian naira to you. Then the fare is 1 million naira. So you keep 300,000 Nigerian naira to yourself. Then you send 1 million Nigerian naira to us. Then we issue the ticket. So that is how your agent gets paid. Now, in the case of transit, if it's a long transit, the client has to cater for himself. But there are certain cabin class a particular client will take that the airline will provide them with accommodation. For instance, business class. So if it's a long transit, they can give them 5-star hotel because it's part of what they paid for. Or if it's a kind of economy, the client or passenger needs to go with economy. He either sleeps inside the airport. Apparently, the airport never goes down. The airports never sleep. So it's just for him to hang around, look for maybe a kind of a waiting chair somewhere and just sleep there. It's not your choice to actually provide transit. It's not your place to provide transit accommodation for your clients. But if they say they need transit accommodation, you also have to check with the laws of the country because certain countries will not allow you to leave the airport if you're transiting. If you will leave the airport, then you need a transit visa, right? So you just have to check with all those laws. But in most cases, for times you have to go on a long layover flight, you just stay around the hotel, buy snacks, buy drinks, hang around till you sleep off, and when it's your time, you now fly to your final destination. So I don't know if that answers your questions at NAS Global. Why I get
Yes, thank you very much, sir. And one more thing, please.
Okay.
How are we going to set our email so that we are going to receive email and our client is going to receive that?
Okay, great. All you need to do is you go to settings. At settings, you change everything. General settings, you change everything related to customer and you. Now, email settings. All I will do at the time is, if you want to change your emails, I can send you all of these informations. The first thing, mailer SFTP. Email are usually book@navsglobal.com. SSL, okay, maybe we can get a screenshot of this. But nonetheless, if you want to add your emails, just DM. I think I can send you all this information. But while I'm doing that now, I'm going to do a screenshot now of my screen. Then I'm going to put it on the chat board. Okay, I'll send it to WhatsApp. So everybody is going to have this. So anytime you want to add your emails, you can just get that. So you can just use the image and add your own email without even reaching out to anyone, right? So that will also be shared. That will be shared with us on the group. Yeah, I now have a screenshot of that. So let me see if I can also add that to the chat box so that we can actually have it here and also on the groups. It will also be added or sent to the group so that okay, yeah, I can actually upload an image. It's fine. It will be shared with us in the group. So that's that for that. So let's move on to Mrs. Fumi.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you must.
Good evening, everyone. And
great
thank you. I think it is now that I'm having a little bit of confidence. This session has been the most useful. I have several questions, though.
Okay,
let me start from this email. Yes, I've been bothering you and pestering you with questions. So let's start from this email now. Is it only those that have company emails that should change it, or anybody you can use your Gmail? Because I can see giftedtrip.com. So that's a company email.
Yeah. So okay, now on that now. No, yes. Any email will work, but it's advisable you use a formal mail or official mail or company's mail, as it said. you can use your Gmail, it will still work, but it will not make sense if someone is actually booking and gets a mail from, let's say, Mrs. Fumi at gmail.com.
So what I'm thinking is, okay, if it is something like exigent fly at gmail.com, something like that.
Yeah, it can still work. But imagine if it comes as book at whatsoeverfly.com. No, that actually gives them some sense of confidence, right? But Gmail will still work. But the best and most acceptable by global standard is to use your own business email.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So let me start from the very beginning, the very place where we started. I've been taking copious notes. You said that that's from the front end now. You said that it's not possible to see hotels and things now. Is it that the white label does not include that? I just want to know what confines we have, so that
on
don't
the hotels
promise and then under deliver. What exactly are we able to do, and what can we not do, so that we we're properly guided?
Okay, great. Now, okay, let me just go straight and answer that. If you can see my screen, I don't know if my screen is visible.
Yes, it's on modules.
Yes. It's not showing so.
Okay, now, great. Now, when I click on modules, you can see flight. It means you can sell flights. Good. When I go down, you see hotels. It means you can sell hotels. Even you got several options to explore. Now, when I go to tours, you can sell tours. You can. When I go down, you can sell car transfers, like some sort of airport pickup, right? And if you enable this now, it becomes visible on your platform. If you enable tours become visible. If you enable transfer, it becomes visible. If you want to sell visa services like e-visas, where people can just enter the information, pay you, and you send them the e-visas via email, you can equally do that. But the reason why at the time now, we have not been able to sell hotels, or for most persons or most B2B users have not been able to sell hotels, is simply because it has not been enabled. Now, we actually have a threshold. Okay, you have to sell a certain number of tickets. Then after that, you qualify to get hotels. You qualify to get tours. You are not doing anything so special. You don't have to pay to get that enabled. You have that already in your system. But the reason why it's not working is because you don't have an API key for hotel yet. Now, you could sell flight that way because you have API key for hotel. From your B2B, you generated a key for flight. When it comes to hotel, we have not given you the access, not because you were not supposed or you're not eligible. It's simply because you have not been able to sell a certain threshold of tickets, which at the time is 10 tickets. So when you sell 10 tickets, you get a free hotel. The hotel model will be enabled, stores will be enabled, and if you want to sell visa services too, it will be enabled for you. So that is just a constraint at the time. You are permitted to sell everything.
All right. I guess this person has reached a certain threshold, because I'm doing everything in real time as you're talking. I don't have hotel modules, tours, and all of that on my own site. It's not at the back end. It's only the flight. Then the Trapsy under modules. I have flights. I have Trapsify B2B. I have offers, blog, and that's all. Coupons, reviews, newsletter. But there's no hotel. There's no tours. So
okay, yeah.
So
that's now. I think you just need an upgrade. But I'm actually at your back end. I think I can see that this is your back end, ma'am. Trip Solution Services. Is that correct?
No, exigent fly.
Okay, my apologies. I actually mistook Mrs. Fumi for another Mrs. Fumi.
Another Fumi, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me get to check that now. And if you don't have that enabled, yeah, you don't have that. Okay. Okay. I'll just get to give you an upgrade. That's fine.
Okay. Then on the dashboard, you gave us $50 the other time. I can't find anything there again.
Okay, for yours, right?
Yes,
okay,
it was
kindly
there
send
at
your
one time.
email. And possibly it has been exhausted because I don't know if you have actually made any booking. Okay, it's fine. Just send your email back.
I even thought I would have extra now. I was the one that you helped book a flight.
Yeah,
Lagos,
the last
London.
time I do remember. Okay, just reach out to me on WhatsApp. That will be added.
Okay. All right. So, and then going to the payment gateway,
okay, ma'am.
there was still something I did not get. What is C5? Are we supposed to put anything on C5?
Okay, C5. Okay, this is your backend, ma'am. Now, C1, can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, the dev asterisk is supposed to be ticked, because I was just trying to do everything as you were talking.
Okay, as I was saying. Okay, now C1 correct, C2 correct, C3 correct, C4 correct. Now C5 should be your business name. I guess Exigent, am I right?
Yes, business name, okay.
Yeah, your business name. So maybe you just help out with that and enter it in full.
Okay. And then you talked about if you have different accounts.
Yeah. So if you have different accounts, yeah, domiciliary. So all you need to do is just for you to enter 2/ like this. If you don't have domiciliary at the time, just do 2/ like this. So it will only the NGN will be displayed. NGN, I mean Nigerian Naira alone will be displayed.
Nigerian Naira. Okay.
Yeah, alone. Okay. But if you have both now, you can actually enter both.
But both of them must be in the business name, right?
Yeah, it should be your business name so that people can actually get to trust your brand. Because if they get to see Exigent and they are paying to Macarius, yeah, so it will actually raise the phobia and like the way of scam and all that.
Okay. It was when we were talking now, I saw that flight was not enabled on my site. I don't know what happened, but I've done it now. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Are you able to book now?
Well, maybe because I never tried to complete the process. At least you could do it up to a certain stage to see the different flights. But since I didn't complete the process, I was just wondering why it was disabled. I've now enabled it because as you were talking and you were telling us what to do, I saw that it was disabled. So
sorry to that, but I'm so glad you have enabled it. That shows you have been following with all keen interest. Yeah, I can see it's enabled now. There is it here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's great.
Okay, under modules, you mentioned B2B as business to business, B2C as business to customer.
Business to customer. Yeah.
So we should leave B2E.
No,
right?
you're not leaving B2E at the time now. Okay, let me explain the B2E. B2E is business to enterprise. For instance, certain airlines, let's take for instance, ABC airline just started in Nigeria, right? So they're not part of the IATA program and you took partnership with them. You can still add them to your flights, even if they're not part of the IATA program. So that's where the B2E comes in. So let's assume ABC Fly that you are actually selling their flight. Maybe it's a new airline company that just started. So you decide to take 5% from them. Do you get that now? When you start selling hotels, let's assume a new hotel in your locality or place of abode walk up to you and say, please, can you help sell our hotel services on your platform? Yes, we can. So you can onboard them to your platform and decide the markup you take. So that is the B2E.
Okay. All right. And you said we should leave the deposit on booking at 100%.
Yeah, leave it at 100%, because if you leave it at less 100%, the client will not be able to pay you. Well, the client will only pay the percentage you left it. So if you leave it at 50%, means the client will pay 50% of the fee. Now, people who do that are people who are doing pay small, small. Now, there are these clients who do pay small, small. Like, okay, I want my client to actually, for bookings, they should actually pay me more than once or twice or thrice, as the case may be. That is when you start bringing that threshold. But in this case, it's always advised that your client pays you in full. But if you want to do the pay small, small model, you can write to us to our email. Then we are going to enable your account so that you can be paying small, small, as it's being called, on deposit. So for a particular flight, you can decide to pay 3 times and 4 times, and we'll be able to hold the booking for you.
Okay. All right. I wanted to know, get to where you did SEO. If there are any rules for the, okay, that's under settings, main settings.
Yeah, under settings, general settings.
For the meta keywords? Because I saw that you already have some maybe placeholders, but because they do apply, if you want to change anything, can you change meta keywords, or those ones are default and we should not
No. You can change everything. Anything, just anything. You can change everything and just anything. Okay, this is your own website now.
Yes.
This is your own website. Yes. So, Exigent Flight, travel technology partner. So let's change it to cheap flight and hotels. No, let's use affordable. The word cheap is not good. So affordable flights and hotels. So what do you want people to, what do you want to rank for? You can decide to change the keyword. You can use flights, hotels. Can you see I'm changing them now? Okay. Flight booking, blah, 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 blah. You can do all of that. You see that. Then when you don't, update it.
All right. Thank you. I think this will be the, I think those are my questions for now. Thank you.
That's okay. I think with this now, so take questions from that person so that we can bring the section to a close. Okay, Mrs. Joanne, do you still want to ask your question, please?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, greetings to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Please, I would like to ask, after whoever is filling the flight details gets the payment points, you said it's going to give a room to make the payments, but what if the passenger or the agent who is booking, the account number that is there? So what is going to give the assurance that some agents will still have to pay to the merchants? Like, for example, the way you showed us that you're going to confirm the payments, are we still going to do a manual, payment to the accounts that will be provided, since it's our account that will be on the platform directly?
Okay, great. Now, okay, in view to that, now, when an agent sign up on your platform, remember you are going to verify the agent. Am I right? You do a sort of a KYB on the agent. Okay, yeah, this person exists, is legal. It's not going to do things that will tarnish your business. Now, if the agent gets paid in his own office, right? Okay, a client wants to book Lagos to DSB, lost DSB, and it's 1 million. And the agent charges the client 1.2 million, for instance. And on your platform, lost DSB, if he logs in as an agent, if the agent logs in as himself, he's seeing it for 950,000, right? As at the time the agent wants to issue the ticket, is your account that will be displayed. The agents who sign up with you are not getting a website. They're only getting a dashboard inside of your own website where they too can sell tickets. and make commission or earn some extra markup for doing that. So what will be displayed for every time the agent wants to pay is still your business bank account. So the agent pays to you when he logs in as an agent. But when a customer comes in and the customer wants to pay you, the customer will still see your own bank details. So either side of the coin, the agent pays to you, but pays lesser than the customer because he is an agent or she is an agent, and there are certain commission or markup that he or she enjoys by virtue of signing up for the affiliate or agent partnership program with you. So I don't know if that answers your question, Mom.
Yes, it does. But I still want to ask. Okay, what else from we to pay to you to
Okay,
Travisify?
for
Yeah.
you to pay to Trustify, what you need is just for you to go fund your balance in Trustify B2B. Do you see that now? Just log into your Trustify B2B, click on balance, click on add funds. Now select either bank transfer option or credit card. Bank transfer option is the best because it's sweet, it's faster. But when you use credit card, you are going to pay transaction fee because we also have our own payment gateway called the Trustify Checkout, where you can pay to us using your own card, just like the conventional pay stack system. Flutter system. We also have our own system like that. We have our own payment gateway called the Trustfire Checkout. So if you pay, but there's a transaction fee that applies with that. But when it comes to bank transfer, there are no transaction fee. So when you pay, the moment you pay, your system will be updated and your balance will be funded. So once your balance is funded, then you can easily get to book with the available balance. So I don't know if that answers your question, Mom.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks so much. So with this now, I'll be bringing the section to a close. And before I go, and Mrs. Joanne actually I've sold some tickets. She was one of the people who joined via the last section. And Mrs. Joanne, should I get to say a bit of your success story, or I should just keep it to myself?
No, no, don't keep it.
Yeah, and I think Mrs. Joanne at a point, at one ticket she sold, she made over 500,000. Is that correct, Mrs. Joanne?
It's very correct.
Okay, that's awesome. And I know someone here, but he's telling me he just said to him, don't say it out. I think he has made 1.2 million a ticket before. Okay, but it's lucrative. All you just need is to get good clients or to get good parts where you can actually get to have sales. Okay, someone just notified me that she raised her hand, Queen Desani. So I think with this now, let's just get to take a question from Queen Desani. Hello, greetings to you, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Well.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
been a
network has not
while.
been fair today. I've been taking me off and on, so I really didn't get today's training well because I keep throwing me off and on. So I need to rewatch the video to understand certain things. Okay, so maybe I'll just ask this question now. I know I've been disturbing you. Yeah, so when I signed up for this, I was so excited and everything, but I got stuck when I noticed I tried when Nigerians, when they want to book flight, they want to look for cheap flight, and most of the flights are not on the transfer. There is not on the Whitelabel. So that really just got me discouraged. And though you said I should reach out to you, but the question I'm asking now, is there a way that those flights can be added? What do I need to do?
Okay, yeah,
for other
great
flights so that
now.
I have access. Then I also noticed I tried to check for flights. Nothing is coming on. I can't see anything. I'm searching for flight from Abuja to Benin. It's showing me international flights. So I just gave up and just left it there. So I'm like, okay, since you said you were going to, there was going to be a training. Yes. So that really got me discouraged. If not, I was really excited starting this business and all that. So that got me really, really discouraged. So, but I'm happy with the training.
Sorry to that now. Okay, now let me say something on local flights. Now, vis-a-vis now, most local airports in Nigeria are not part of the IATA program, right? For instance, the newly commissioned Akure Airport These airports were just developed. Anambra airports, these were just new airports. So at the time now, these domestic airports are not on the IATA program. So because they are not on the IATA program, they can't be visible on your platform, right? Because airlines that are visible on your platform are United Nigeria Airline, that's a Nigerian-based airline. Air Peace is also available, that's a Nigerian-based airline. But when you talk about Arik Air, when you talk about aero contractors, when you talk about uh, overland, overland, you don't get to see them because these guys are only operating domestically and outside the confines of IATA. You get that now. So I can give a bet. If you check every international platform, you will not find them. Why? The reason is because whether you get to check on your Whitelabel, even if you come to check out our own website, transfi.com, or even if you go to check any website you can think of outside the jurisdiction of Nigeria, you will not be able to find them. The reason is because they are not part of the IATA program. But we got a clause. If you got a client who actually wants to book a local flight, maybe like the instance you just now, the case may be, for us, we are giving a clause. We'll sell 5,000 naira cheaper than the airline. So whatever you get to see on the airline website, if the airline is selling for 1,000 and let's say 10,000, who sure get to give you that at 5,000 just to, pending when all of these, some of these airlines join the IATA program, or pending when some of these local airports that were just commissioned also become part of the ICAO program. Because for airlines, it's IATA, for airports, it's ICAO. So some of those airlines that were just commissioned, they are not there yet. So that's my reason why when you get to search, you will not be able to see. And sometimes also now, if you get to see international airlines who are boarding along this path. So, but how do we cushion for that? You got a local flight, just reach out. We'll give you 5,000 naira cheaper than the airline. So if maybe Arika is carrying for 120,000, be more assured that you are getting it for 115,000. So that is just how the system works. So, but pending when those people join ICAO and IATA, I just want to believe we are going to have the very best of systems. But currently at the time, because First Transify is a United States-based company, though we try as best as we can to actually bring in the African market and other parts of the world. So for most African markets, especially Nigeria as a case study, because for other nationalities, I can actually say that all the airports were encapsulated and they are part of the ICAO program. But when it comes to Nigeria, most of these domestic airports, they just operate on their own, and some local airlines still operate on their own. So how do you sell those airlines? Sometimes you can reach out to them for partnership. So if you reach out to them, then we can, if you take partnership from them, we can add it manually. But in the case where you don't take all of the stress, just send it to us. We'll sell 5,000 naira lesser than what the airline is selling at the time. So either ways, you still get to have it cheaper. So, but first, apologies for the discouragement. Sorry, at some point you must give up, but thank God you are coming back and coming back better. So I just want to see you back and better. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, all right. Though it keeps the network keeps breaking. I don't know if it's my end or the other end. So maybe I'll still reach out to you privately. Because I didn't really get it. Though I got some things you explained. I think maybe I'll just private chat you. So maybe I get all the questions I want to ask, so I don't keep other people waiting.
Okay, great. And someone also, oh yeah, it's fine. Someone on the chat box said, ever since
sorry, let me ask this quickly too.
Okay.
Let me just ask this quickly. So if I'm going to do that, since I'm not using the platform, would that be deducted from would that be added to the 10 flight I'm supposed to book before I get upgraded?
Yeah, but on the side of the 10 flight basically is international flights.
Okay, but can I do it? But I thought I cannot do international flights when I'm upgraded.
No. You can sell off flights at the time.
Oh, I didn't know.
Even you can sell most local flights. There's this fellow, I don't know if he's here. I only know his agency name, but I don't know his own name. I think that fellow, that partner of ours, is a juggernaut at local flights. I don't know the magic he uses. He sometimes sells 15 to 25 per day. Let me see if he's here. Yesterday I'll call him by his name. He's not here. But I think for him, he said he signed a contract with some companies. So he's the one solely in charge of their logistics. So when it comes to traveling Lagos to Abuja, just within the auspices of Nigeria, he's the one handling it. And he has been doing pretty so well in that. So for you, you can sell the world, including Nigeria too. You can sell to any destination. You are not being debarred. You can sell flights to whatever city you deem fit to sell. Right.
I never knew. I thought till I'm upgraded before I can do international flight.
No, you can do international flights even today.
Okay.
And I think it's an international flight all the money. The fellow who I said made 1.2 million on a ticket, sold a ticket to Misa Police. Yeah, that destination was very far. So after selling the tickets, his revenue generated from his markup was 1.2 million Nigerian naira. And I think he was so happy that he even sent me some funds. I'm grateful. Let me not call his name. It's fine. So it's okay. You have the liberty to start selling, and go now and start selling. Go and start selling now. Now, someone at the chat box said, ever since my KIB has been approved, I've not heard from the person in charge. Sorry to this. Can you kindly reach out to me now so that you can start making money ASAP? Thank you. And someone said, if we are booking local flight, do we have to fill in all the passport ID and the day of passport issuance? No. You can fill in the driver license. You can fill in the national ID. You can fill in the voter's card information. That's still valid. So I think with this now, we'll be bringing the section to a close. And I got some hands. It's so be unfair for me to actually go. Greetings, Mrs. Oge. Mrs. Oge, can you hear me? Yeah, greetings to you. Yeah, greetings to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, my question is this. Within the says like 2-3 days ago, I tried to book a local flight. That is airport. In our website, it was 170,000. But in every site, it was 150,000. So why is it that high?
Okay, now, great. Okay, now, this is just the disparity. There are two factors affecting you. One, your currency difference. Now, the exchange rates for your platform, maybe AP decide to lower theirs lower than that of Google, so that must have given them edge. So that is one. And secondly, also remember you got markup to the system. If you get to take your markup, you would have possibly find out that your ticket is cheaper than that of Airpiece if you have removed your markup, but I don't know what markup you added. And thirdly, rather, whenever it comes to local flights, if Airpiece is cheaper, don't bother, send it back to us. We'll sell it cheaper than Airpiece, even if it involves us incurring losses. It's actually our pledge, because our pledge is we shall get to sell cheaper than anybody. So the day you find someone cheaper than us, send it back to us. We'll sell it cheaper than them, even if it's going to be at a loss.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so subsequently or untoward, you got some local bookings, especially on local bookings. Trust me, send it to us so that we give you cheaper than the airline.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks so much. So we got Mr. Seni. Mr. Seni, if you're there, can you ask your question?
Good evening, sir, Mr. White.
Okay, yeah, greetings to you.
My question is, so I just want to ask a question on the markup. Which is the best markup for us to use?
Okay, now the best markup for you to use is just what you want to use. I know someone who is doing 13%. I know someone, even at some point, I was even advising him, but he now advised me that we should just leave it like that because he knows his clientele. So he's doing 25%. How he gets his clients still remains a mystery to me. So for every time he sells, he makes 25% of whatsoever amount that is the actual flight fare. So these things are business based. Now, when it comes to markup, it's your own decision. First, you have to understand your market. You have to know your clientele. So what markup is stable for them? You see that now. So I know someone also who is doing 5%, and I still know someone who is doing 10%. So I can't actually categorically say that you should do this percent or XYZ%, reason because it's your business, it's you, it's your profit. You decide whatever you want to make on your profit, and nobody should give you a profit tag as to what you should earn or how far you should earn. Whatever you deem necessary for markup system, you got the platform, you have 100% autonomy. Go there, decide whatever rate you want to sell. But in view from experience, I think 5% is not a bad one.
Right, that's
5%
better.
is not a bad one. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thanks
so
so much.
I think we got Temidayo Sunday. Mr. Temidayo.
Hello, good evening, Salvador. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, it's a Mrs. Greetings to you, mom.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. Greetings to you, mom.
Very sorry. I want to ask. I don't know. I will do, and I want to know the duties of a white label of its thing. Is it the same thing with the other GDS? That's one. Or another thing I need is that please, I need your phone number because I didn't have it. I'm very sorry.
Okay, first, let me answer the first question. Now, for the white label is not GDS. GDS are wholesalers, right? And in the case of GDS, people can buy tickets from you. People only call you or chat you, then you go search for the ticket on your GDS account. Let's say you're using Amadeus now, so you log into your Amadeus sign on, and when you sign on to your Amadeus, then you now search for tickets. And when you search for tickets on your laptop now or on your desktop, then you see the rate. Now you have to send it to a consolidator, an IATA license holder, who will now issue it for you at a fee. And GDS to some extent is expensive. So, but white label it's NDC. NDC means new distribution capacity for low-cost carriers. So in the case of NDC, you don't need IATA to issue tickets. You don't need to sign up to anywhere. All you need is just your website. And anyone from any part of the world can buy from you when you are sleeping, whether you are awake, in their own currency and in their own language. And the ticket will be issued in your business name, phone number, and address. So that still gives you autonomy for globalization. So these are just some of the slight disparity for GDS. Now, for my contact, I think everybody has my contact. I don't think there's anybody here who doesn't have my contact. But I would advise you just reach out to the group admin. I'm sure you'll get my contact there. From them, rather.
You say I should reach out to who, sir? Very sorry.
Yeah, your group admin. I'm sure you. Yeah, I'm sure you came from a group.
Yes.
Right. So just tell the admin there, please. And you just need my number. I'm sure they'll give you. Okay, yes, I think it was actually an amazing section. You're most welcome, mom. And everyone, I believe, subsequently now will have little or no more questions or getting to set up one or two. So I believe that will actually help us to get a more well-defined structure. So on this note now, I'll be bringing the section to a close. Thanks once again to everyone who made it all out to be here amidst your tight and busy schedule. You made it all out to participate in the section. A big thank you and bye.
Hello, sir, Mr. Wise.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
well,
thanks so much. Yeah, someone wants to say
Mr.
something.
Well, please don't forget what you promised to share.
Okay, I'll leave that in the group. Okay, I'll leave that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks so much. All right.
Yeah, and to Kuzan, when are we having another section? It appears as if we are all groomed now, right? So everybody is a bit fine, no problem.
What we do, we'll have one very soon.
No problem. We'll have one. And you guys have been so amazing. I felt like doing another $50 giveaway, but God is restraining me. It's fine. Okay. Thank you.
Let God not restrain you.
Thank you. I don't know if you're well. We are so grateful for your spending your time
so
with
much,
us.
Thank you so much. This has been a very
enjoy your evening, the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Please, I want to also suggest when people in the group ask questions, if you have answers to those questions, please just put them through. That is why we have that group. That group is meant to help all of us together. The level of our understanding is the same. So the reason why we are in the group is always open so that we can also help ourselves. If I'm asking a question, please, how do I add my markup? You know the answer, just drop the answers. Nobody will restrict you. That's the reason why the group is open. It's meant for mutual learning. And I believe if I am learning, if I'm earning, it will not stop your own earning. That's my belief. That's my belief. Yeah. Another person's success cannot stop yours. What is yours will come to you. So if we can grow together and we have a strong team, we can move this Whitelabel to another level. And I want to see everybody earning in millions, not just in hundreds of thousands. I know it's possible. Let's just keep pushing. If it means you want to throw art in order to advertise your own website, please do so. You have to spend money to get money. That's just it. That's business for you. And it's not even every time you spend money that you will even earn immediately, but in a long term, you will definitely get it back. So please, let's work together as a team. And let's also be open. If you have a question, drop it in the group. The one that is beyond everybody, then Mr. Wells will attend to it. The truth is that if, let's say today, in the group, we are more than 30, right? If not even up to 40. And then imagine 40 people chatting Mr. Wells at the same time. Who will you respond to and who will you not respond to? And remember, your time zone and his is different. So at times you chat, you don't get responses immediately, and it sounds so frustrating. But if we can help ourselves together in the group, I believe it's going to ease us up a lot. And probably the problem someone is facing is what you have crossed over. So we can just work together. And I believe with this, we are going to do well. So please, if you have any question, you can still drop your questions in the group. And when you drop your question, we actually send those questions to him at time and call his attention, but it's always very busy too. And let's try to be understanding. And sometimes the way we complain about things, first and foremost, bring it like, okay, please, I want to know more about this, than throwing it as a complaint, like throwing some tantrums like that. I beg. God will help all of us. All right.
Please,
So
ma,
I
was
believe
this recorded? Please, ma, was this recorded?
Yeah,
can it be sent to the group?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you,
this
ma.
is recorded. What I do for now is to share the link to my Microsoft Team app. So you can always click on the link.
And watch it and listen to it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And Mark, please, can you help us repost the IATA Bible? My WhatsApp crashed and I lost all my chats.
Okay. Next, when you have any PDF we share with you, always upload it to your drive. Always upload to your drive. Yes, I will drop it for you, but when you get it, I'll drop it in the group. I don't know which group you are. Are you in Flourish group or group? Huh?
Yes, that's where she is. She's in Flourish.
All right.
She's in Flourish.
Okay, so okay, I will drop it. I will inform her so that she will drop it. As she was here in the group. I don't know, maybe she has gone. She's still
left. She has left.
No, she's okay. Yeah, she has left. No problem. So I will drop it again. But anytime you have a PDF, always put it in your drive. So anytime and anywhere you log into that email, you will always have those informations there till the day you remove it yourself. So that's how it's good.
Thank you.
I didn't know you were in Flourish group too, because there was a time where the student said you asked her to reach out to you, but I didn't have your contact, so I didn't know what to do.
Okay. Actually, I'm not in Flourish group.
Oh, okay.
I always ask Gamat to give you my number. She always link you up with me.
Okay.
So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, everybody. Bye.
All right. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Very much, ma'am.